Well, this is a bit of a conundrum for how to do this video on Wonder Woman. Because early on, I had concerns and worries that it was going to go down the crapper and just ruin all the goodness that was the Wonder Woman first film and all that. Lately, though, I think I'm pretty much all turned around. I think it'll be pretty good. A lot of positive things here and there about it. Initially, so I went ahead and I read the spoilers and whatnot, and then the trailer that came out seemed to confirm what was in that. And still there's elements of it I'm not that happy about. I did do a video on it, and now I'm kind of regretting maybe I shouldn't have discussed the plot points. But even though it looks very likely that is what the story is and will be in the film, it doesn't particularly ruin it for me, because done well, I'm not really going to care. And I have a certain amount of faith in these the people behind the film to do it, because they did so well in the first one. I don't see. I want to talk about this, but if you saw the previous video I did on this, then you already know this, and it's all very readily available. This is from, I'm talking about a article I read at Bounding into Comics, and I'll put the link down below. They do have these plot points. These are somewhat new and different from the original ones that gave you the basic plot of what's going on. The things you know, obviously, Pedro Pascal plays Maxwell Lord. Kristen Wiig plays Cheetah. And the image of her as Cheetah has already leaked. I mean, some people, it was taken down for copyright claims and whatnot, and so I'm not going to show it. I do have it, but it's pretty much what you would expect. So it's good to know, because earlier images had her in this sort of cheetah print outfit and this sort of thing, and it's like, oh my God, is that how they're going to do it? But no, she literally does transform into Cheetah. And so that's good news. Oh, I guess I spoiled that, but come on. I mean, and there'd been different versions of Cheetah in the comics. You know, sometimes she wore a suit, other times, and that's seems to be the usual one here. She actually turns into a cat person. So there you go. There's that. Now, elements of the plot. Looks like Maxwell Lord has some sort of magic rock. Yeah, so that pretty much confirms that one and all that. But the interesting thing, the big fear, was that Wonder Woman would go woke, and that would be a problem. But so far, I'm not seeing anything. In fact, I'm kind of seeing the opposite. There was a recent interview with Patty Jenkins going on, talking up Chris Pine's Steve Trevor, and she's going on about how he's not a beta at all. I think I'm falling in love with Patty Jenkins. And this is significant because it does play into what apparently happens in the film, where Steve Trevor has to protect his woman and come to Wonder Woman's aid. Which makes sense. Lois Lane helps out Superman a lot. And, of course, way back when, Superman had to give up his superpowers to be with Lois Lane in Superman 2. So that's pretty significant when anyone tries to argue that this is some misogyny creeping into the Wonder Woman plot. That's not true. So the plot is what it is for the means, by how it ends and where it goes. All kinds of guesswork here. We don't really know that Wonder Woman has to sacrifice her ultimate desire is to have Steve Trevor back and to put things right for whatever the things that Maxwell Lord is unleashing, and that's still unclear. That's the ultimate heroic thing that Diana has to do. And, of course, all this stuff about Steve Trevor stepping up and not being treated like a joke and being degraded and all that sort of stuff, which is what the woke version of things would be, getting kicked in the nuts or whatever, rather than having a genuine love and romance between these two that's strong and all that. ultimately it's called Wonder Woman. She is the hero of this story. So, but do expect the woke crowd to be upset about that, which is good news. Which means this will probably be a damn good film. So anyway, that's as far as I'll go on that. If you want to read the article, you can. I pretty much kind of spoiled it anyway. I don't know. But also how she handles even the bad guy. Now, when I saw how Maxwell Lord will look in the posters and stuff, I said, oh boy, he's looking a little like Trump. But that might be all there is to it. He says, oh, well, there's a bit of a critique of the 80s, and oh, it's the decade of greed and all that. Every decade is greedy. The 80s is looked back upon because of Reagan and all that, and it clearly, the 80s is a reaction to the 70s, and you can certainly see that. And I guess the 90s was a reaction to the 80s, and somewhat. The 2000s might have been a reaction to the 90s, but then 9/11 happened, and that changed everything. But anyway, that's how things go. But that's every time someone does an 80s movies, you got to expect that. But that's pretty minimal, and it's typical of movies anyway. So that's fine. That's not going to push me out. A lot of people, it might, because we're so shell shocked from woke and SJW nonsense that a little leftist message here or a liberal message there, all of a sudden you overreact to it, when it's not really that big of a deal, and in some cases could even be true. But also there's some elements that had already been announced that there might be a spin-off film about the Amazons. There's a little more there too. And I'm seeing these leaks that Bounty in the Comics has more than likely are true. Because a lot of this seems to confirm the images you can see, or is confirmed by the images you can see in the trailer. So that's how you can gauge that. Anyway, basically feeling good about Wonder Woman. Certainly the trailer looks fantastic. Boy, her riding the lightning bolts, that's just cool. And the armor she wears is really cool. It looks very good. It looks a lot based on the armor she wore in Kingdom Come, but even better. So, yeah, looking forward to Wonder Woman. And you should too. All right, thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you, including my comic book over at IndiePlanet.com. Yeah, you're going to want to check out Night Night. And you can catch the Mr. Nailsin Show on RadioMisfits.com, and you can also watch my videos over at BitChute. The Mr. Nailsin channel on BitChute.com.